Okay, so this is CP Explorer. What is this? A6A? CP Explorer A6A. I have not been here for any of the testing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how this map has been in tests, but there's a few things I kind of noticed, and I guess a lot of it is just to do with the fact that it's like kind of based on Granary. But there's some things that I think you can change about it regardless. That I think it would be nice if it was maybe slightly different. I guess because a lot of it is to do with the height variation. So like if you see like this first point here, I like walking around this low ground is super boring, and that's like, you know, I know Benny said that like this was inspired by Granary, but that's like part of why I don't know how it is for other people, but that's like part of why I hate Granary personally. Is it feels so boring to be down here. Like, sure, like soldiers can hit their rockets, but it's like, you know, if I'm taking a fight against someone standing here, that's basically the same as if I'm taking a fight against someone standing here. You know, it feels all like the same area. And I mean, there's a really easy fix to this. Just add ramps. Just add, like, stairs. You know, if you have, like, along here, like, maybe split it off like this, and then just have, like, some stairs slightly downwards down to here, or something like that. You know, have, like, some stairs, like, along here. I don't know. You would have to maybe do something slightly different with these crates, but I think you could maybe just make it like 2 pillars or something, and it would be just fine. Because I think, you know, it would look. I think maybe it would look a bit cooler if it was like just a long pillar or like 2 pillars next to each other with like something in the middle. But yeah, I think this map would benefit a lot from having like just those small changes in height variation like that. Where, you know, even if like I'm down here, you know, and I mean it would create a bit more of a disadvantage if you're on this side, but I mean Granary kind of has that as well on Lost, where, you know, there's like it kind of slopes down and then goes back upwards. So I think starting on just like slightly lower ground here, just like, I don't know, about here, and then just having it so that like along this line there's like stairs up, I think would be nice. There's also like, you know, I think it could be cool if maybe this was like the same height. I don't know, maybe maybe just make this like a displacement even, perhaps. I don't know, there's a lot of ways you could do it, but I think just have it so that when you come into Lost, you're like kind of down here maybe, and then like at the like halfway point here where there's like where the bridge is, you just have it where there's like a slight increase in height variation so that you're like up here. Another thing is that I don't know how this has been in testing, this structure here, but it feels like it's like quite close to the ground. Like if I sit here and jump, you know, I'm hitting my head on this. That feels awkward to me. And I don't know if that's just me, or if other people would have said that, but I think it's just a thing worth noting, that it's, like, super awkward to, like, be standing underneath this and jump. So, yeah. Something, like, feels really off to me about the point, but I don't know exactly what it is. Something just feels wrong about it, but I can't, like, put my finger on it. I don't know. I have no idea. There's some things I like about this Lost as well. I think this is a cool position. The fact that you can see in here, I don't know how I feel about that. But again, I haven't, you know, I should stop saying it, but I haven't been here for testing. I don't know. It just feels like kind of awkward that you can like sit up here and you can just spam into that doorway, because, you know, you're standing like quite far away from it and you can see like decently far into it. Like if I'm stood here, I can be hit with rockets. Or like if I'm like, hang on, let me switch off to soldier. I think it's like, Yeah, if I'm stood, like, here, I'm gonna be receiving, like, a bit of splash damage. And I know you can just stand away from it, but I don't know. Something about that... respawn trigger? Oh. Okay, that... What's up with that? I don't know. Something fucked up for a second. Maybe that was just on my end. Yeah, I don't know. I think being able to spam into here so easily is, like, kind of weird. Because, I mean... I don't know. I don't think there's any, like, position like this in like, another 5CP map, on Lost. This is, like... It almost feels like something that would be on a Highlander map to me. I don't know. I'm trying to think. The closest I can think of is on Snake, where there's the roof on the right side, whatever the fuck the call out for that is. Where there's the roof on the right side, and you can shoot like a bit into the door to Lost, but like I think what makes that different is that you know, there's a lot of space for you to stand in the actual, like, room next to the doorway, because it's, like, quite wide. And also, you have to be aiming, like, down here on Snake, whereas this is basically, like, vertical, or, no, horizontal. This is basically horizontal, so it's a lot easier to kind of, see in, because it's like, you know, the top of the doorway isn't, like, blocking my view. So, yeah, I think it's kind of weird that you can see so far. But I don't, obviously it's not like it ruins the map or anything. This side is nice. I think this is good. And I think this, like, thing along Lost is also not bad. This gap, I don't know if, like, the gap plays well, like, if it serves a specific purpose, but it seems, like, weird to me. Can you shoot rockets through that? No, okay. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. And I know nobody would use it, but it's still, like... I don't know, it still feels, like, really off to me that you can, like, see there's a gap there. Okay, now that I'm looking at it like this, that makes a bit more sense. Like, from this side. Because it's a bit... Can you shoot through there? Hang on. I guess... Yeah, it's a super weird angle, but you can shoot through it. I mean, it's not very useful, but it's still... I would be really upset if I died to that. So... I don't know. Maybe it'll make for a funny clip, but still. Yeah, I don't know... I don't know how I feel about there not being easy access for defense up here without, like, doing some kind of, like, trick jump. Like, how do you, like, get up there as Scout? Is there a way other... Can I just, like... I mean, you can do that, but at the same time, it's like... Why? Why? Why would you do that? I don't know. I do wonder if maybe... I don't know. I mean, I would think maybe you have a staircase up this side, but that would be like a big staircase. And also, obviously, if this was open, you would have, like, you know, you could quite easily just, like, go back and forth and spam at spawn. So, I don't know. I'm still not entirely sure about that. I like this spot as well. I think this spot is cool. Yeah, you have kind of... It's kind of... This bit here is kind of like what I was talking about with Snake, where you can shoot in here, but it's, like, your sight is being blocked both by the door frame and by that wall. So it's like, even though you can shoot in there, you can't really deny too much. Slightly concerned about this sight line. That's kind of weird. More so defense sight than offense, because it's like, it's giving you a bit more than, like, than you necessarily need, or like what I would say is kind of fair, I guess. I guess what I would do with this doorway is literally just to move it so that, like, it's here. Because, I mean, you know, this space is kind of useless. You know, there's no reason to be here. It's just awkward. So if you fall down there, you're fucked. And the door being more to the left side just opens, like, a lot of sight lines into it, especially, like, stood here. This side, I think, is good. I think this is interesting. Just the fact that you can, you know, play off of this, and there's like you can stand here and shoot into the doorway. What is this? Oh shit. Okay, so you can stand. I think you can stand up there and deny one of the health packs, which again, that sounds like it would be really fucking annoying to die to. Does it? No, okay. Yeah, you can like spam at this health pack and just fuck someone who's going for it, which seems really dumb to me. Or you can, like, you know, maybe you could get like a kill on someone down there. It's just a bit of a long sight line. I don't know how I would approach this though, is the thing. Maybe I'm just like a crazy schizo, maybe not. What if there was a jump pad here and you just, like, made this recede into the wall slightly so that the door was, like, more here? So then, does that create... No, that blocks the sightline a bit, in fact, I think. So, like, you have the jump pad up so you don't have to have, like, this awkward, like, you know, stairway. And then it kind of covers a bit of the, it covers the sightline towards pack on second. I think that might work well. I don't know what problems that will create. I think it would be fine, but just like the way the space would laid out would maybe have to be slightly different. Because I don't think coming out more to the right on Lost would affect the way that Lost is played. So, yeah, it's just worth being wary of that, I guess. Yeah, I think that covers Lost. Second here, I think feels awkward. It's like, again, it's all one height level on the low ground, so it's like taking a fight here with someone that's like on the point is the same as, like, you know, taking a fight here next to pack. Oh, another thing, the decals. There's decal sprites that should go under health and ammo so that people know where they are. And I mean, yeah, some people play with decals off, but still, it's worth having those. So, yeah, it feels like, again, it feels like all of this is like the same area because there's no change in height variation at all. I'm not sure what I would do about this. Maybe just have a ramp, like, just move this ramp so that it's here or something. Oh no, then it makes going into Lost funny. If you do end up, like, moving this down. I don't know. I think there just needs to be some kind of change in elevation going through this spot, just because, again, it feels like this is all one area. So, yeah. I think I noticed with, oh, this is weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I noticed this with your other map as well, is that like your like lobby going into last is like usually kind of weird. I don't know. All of this along here and around here is one height level. And I think, yeah, I think there just needs to be some kind of change in elevation. You have like an area that is like all one height level, and then you have to the side like just like a small kind of bit to stand on, which you know, it's not even like Granary has that, because if you know, think about like how Granary is structured, like, you know, first of all, the point is gonna be like here, but you kind of have like I mean, the exits are like here, but it's like there's this big kind of like, how am I trying to phrase it? It's like the exits are like here and like here, I think. So it makes it feel like a bit less empty, because like the area around the exits is like 500 by 500, how many units or something? It's something like that. It feels like less empty. So, whereas with this, it's like, not only is it long, it's mostly one height level, and this bit here is like tiny. So I think, I do wonder if maybe you could make this like just a dedicated little lobby area, like just make this like all along here like a doorway, just to like section off the areas a bit, so that it's a bit more difficult to go from like lobby directly onto second, because, you know, if I'm standing here, I'm on second, you know, nobody's gonna dispute like, oh, he's in lobby. They're just gonna say, oh, he's like in second or whatever. You know, I stand here, and then I stand here and I'm on last, and then I go here and suddenly I'm on second. There's like no transition at all. So I do think that like the addition of like a dedicated lobby, and I mean, it's not that difficult. You just like make this a doorway or something. I think that would probably be good. These are steep. This is really steep, and also it's like a super weird set piece. Yeah, this just feels like off to me, because it's like you can't really do that much around it. So, yeah, I like these. I think, you know, the combination of like this platform here and these barrels is nice. You can do some stuff off of that, but I think the rest of the set pieces on this point are weird as hell. This, oh, what is this? Is this going into mid? Yeah, okay. This is kind of weird, like this area all along here. Again, it's one height level. It doesn't feel like split off at all. So, yeah. I guess, because the main problem with this map is that none of the areas feel separate from each other. It's like, or like, none of the areas on the point feel like, you know, distinct areas. It all kind of feels like the same space. Because I think you've just not like utilized like changes in height variation enough. You know, I could, you know, if you come out like slightly higher here and there's like stairs down here, you could probably say like, oh, you know, like I'm trying to think of a call out for it, but it's not like working out in my head. But you could kind of see it a bit more as like separate, distinct areas. I think stairs and doorways is just really good for that. So. Yeah, I think if there was a doorway here instead of it just being completely open, like just a wide doorway or something, and there was just like, you know, this was a slightly different height level, then it would feel like this is kind of a distinct area. But I don't know, it just feels super awkward. Speaking of awkward, this drop down is like weird as hell to me. I don't know. Something about it is really off. I don't know if the call out is just drop down on Granary, but it's like the long walkway. This just, I don't know, the way it's, I mean, I think it's weird even on Granary, so that might just be a me thing, but it just feels like off. So, yeah, but I think it doesn't help that it's like this area is like a weird like rectangle or whatever. My favorite thing about this point is just these barrels. I don't know. These are just fun to play around, you know, jump off of. But again, it just suffers quite strongly from the areas not feeling like distinct and it all feeling like the same space. So, this area, oh god, there's some missed potential with this area. I think like from here, you could probably just make this like a slight downward slope, and you know, just come back up like here, and I think it would be cool. You know, just like a displacement. Just because there's like a kind of change in height variation. I like this spot here. I like the roof, and I like this spot here. These feel like fun to play around. So, yeah. But it's, I don't know, it just feels, I mean, I can see, like, what you've done, like, Granary, and I think this is, like, a bit more interesting than, like, second on Granary, like, the outside area, just because there is, like, a level of height variation to this that there isn't really on Granary, but I don't know. It almost, the way it's structured, almost reminds me of Process Second. So I think, yeah, I think if you utilized, like, the slope similar to, like, how you come in, how if you come in through main from mid on Process Second, there's, like, kind of, it goes downwards, and then, does it stay one height level? I don't know. Either way, like, as you go in, there's, like, a change in elevation that I think makes it more interesting. So I think you could utilize something like that, because, again, all of this feels like the same space. You know, there's nothing separating it. So, yeah, it would just help, I think, to make it feel like a bit more just like its own area, I guess, or like just distinct. This side is fine. I don't have any issues with this really. Yeah, this is cool. This feels like that little spot on Process Second that you can rocket jump to. I know you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I like that. I think that's kind of cool. Okay, this area is weird. This pack is in a super, like, awkward spot because it's, like, if I'm stood here, and I'm taking this pack, if anybody else comes into this room, I'm just completely fucked. What am I gonna do? So it's like, why would you take this pack? You know? Especially when, you know, I come out here and there's the pack here. The only reason you would take this pack, I guess, is because there's a stalemate. I don't know. I would probably, I mean, what I would do is just, like, move this forwards and then just, like, extend this out to, like, here, I think. But that's, like, a minor thing. I don't know. Maybe you want it like that, where it's not safe to take, but it just seems, like, awkward to me. Again, it feels like there's no separation between these two areas, and it makes it feel like the same space. So, you know, changes in height variation. Please. Mid, I think, for the most part, is fine. It's Granary mid. You know, I think this high ground is sort of weird, but that's more just because I don't like Granary mid in anything other than MGE. So, it feels like there's kind of less opportunity to play this high ground as anybody other than Scout, just because, you know, if I'm here, like, I have a small advantage, but, like, it's small. And if I'm up on this crate, I have no space to move. So the only class that benefits strongly from it, I think, is Scout, which, the whole point of Granary is that it's, like, not a good Scout map. Right? I think so. Other than it just being weird, it's, like, the worst, like, Scout 5CP map for Scout. So, you know, if you're going for something Granary stud, I think it doesn't help that, like, you have something that is, like, small that only Scout can really utilize properly with his double jumps. So, yeah, I like this roof. I think this is a cool little, like, thing that you have, that roof. You can kind of do some cool things from here. That's, like, a nice little thing that Granary does not have that this map benefits from, I think. This point is long. This point is long as hell. It looks bigger. It looks, like, longer to me than Granary Mid does, but maybe I'm just crazy. But I think it is longer. I don't know. It looks like a similar size to Process Mid's cap point to me. But I think the thing that makes Process Mid's cap point work is that it has, like, the bridge over it. So, that, and, I don't know, just, like, the way the visibility is, because, like, you know, if I'm stood here, I can see the whole thing, basically. Even though it's, like, there's a fence, I can still see it. So, you know, if I'm I guess the main benefit of Process Mid being the length that it is that I can kind of hide here, but it's like if I'm stood here, I could see someone on the opposite side of the point. I don't know. I can't think of, like, the correct way to articulate why I don't like the fact that this point is long versus, like, Process Mid, but it's, like, not coming out. Another little thing that Granary does that kind of helps to make the height variation just, a little bit, and, like, just separate things a bit, is that, and I mean, like, every 5CP map does this, like, all of them do. There's, like, a slight incline onto the point, so, you know, on Granary, there's, like, the ramp around here that kind of helps to separate the point from everything else. You know, Process Mid has that as well. I'm trying to think of other mids that, like, do that. Yeah, Granary and Process Mid do it, and Snake Mid also does it, where the point is, like, sloped upwards, just because, again, there's kind of a bit of a difference from playing here and playing here. Whereas if I'm on the point, the only difference is that I'm closer to these crates, which I think makes it, like, a lot less interesting. There's this here, which, I mean, you know, it's like the thing on Asheville. The, like, little fucking structure that's like a wall with, like, this side gone. It feels like that. I don't know, that I always just have not liked that structure. I think it's ugly. I think it does not play, like, in a fun way. And, the only time I ever really like using it is as Spy. So, I don't know. My personal opinion is that I think you should just get rid of this, but I don't know. Again, maybe it plays okay in competitive, so. Yeah. I really like these roofs. I think these are nice. I don't know what changes I would make, but yeah, I think these crates here are not as interesting as the ones on Granary, because it's like you're either really close to the point or your Scout up here. I don't see why you would sit up here as a different class when you have, like, no space to move. This whole side here, I think, is just nice. This is what I would like to see in, like, an improved version of Granary, or, like, just a map that takes inspiration from Granary. Just stuff like this that adds more height variation, like, going into it, because that's, like, kind of what Granary Mid is missing, that I think makes it less fun. Yeah, I don't know. I think just having the ramp up to the point would make it, like, a lot nicer to play point, because, like, it's not like, you know, when you play point, there's like a level of safety to it, I guess, that you know, you have slight high ground. So if I'm a soldier, I can a bit easier like not get spammed rockets at, stuff like that, you know. I think that makes it nicer. So, but I think that's like everything. Yeah. So hopefully this helps out. I don't know how sound everything I've been saying is, but I think those are just the things that I think about it. So, yeah. See ya.